Hey, what's going on, buddy? The Elemental Hero, the Shadow Link Dragon Wolf King. I still love that mouthful of a name, man. What's up, man? Gonna play a little Morrowind today, and figured I'd also talk a little bit. So this isn't like a typical playthrough. I'm setting up for something, right? So this is my scumbag character. His name is Furion Octilius. He's my lovable scumbag character. And he's going to be starting at the Narcissus border, right? So I've been playing him for a little bit now. And basically, we're going to start the actual playthrough. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of this guy. And we're going to start the actual playthrough at the Cyrodiil Narcissus border, basically, is where this guy's going to start things out. But I figured a lot of people got a lot of questions on Twitter, got a lot of questions in general, being like, hey, are you still a Switch channel? And are you still a Switch fan? And the answer is yes. But I still don't have a Switch 2, and I don't see myself buying a Switch 2 anytime in the near future. And so, wanted to kind of, while I played through this and did a little bit of playing, gave you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of this character, I want to kind of explain my thought process and why that is. So, unlike your favorite consumer advocate YouTubers that all literally folded on fucking day one and went out and bought the fucking thing, I did not. I did not buy a Switch 2. And I'm not going to. At least not in the foreseeable future. And there's a few reasons behind that. So, first off, take a look at that treasure hoard. In just 12 days, this is why it's so important to have our scumbag character start in Anvil. We have literally acquired a treasure hoard that would make a Halalu noble blush already. But yeah, it was muted for a minute. Yeah, I was getting everything started, so you weren't wrong. But alrighty, so we are gonna go and we're gonna take a painting, but I'll also kind of outline my thinking, and then I'll just keep this title so people can just see the thoughts behind it. So, first and foremost, I like my Switch 1, okay? I'm an old man. I've got a Switch 1. I've got over 500 games for the fucking thing, guys. Over 500, right? So, when I tell you that I couldn't possibly get through that backlog in my remaining lifespan, that is true. So, I've been thinking more and more, why do I need a new system when, one, half my video game time is this game right here? And number two, when I'm not playing this game, I've got 500 Nintendo Switch games to play. All physical games. What the fuck am I going to add a new system to that for? Now, what's so funny is I could have gotten the system on day one, guys. Like, when I actually went into Walmart that morning, of the Switch 2 release, and they're long sold out now, but they had like 6 or 7 Switch 2s left over from whatever their midnight release was, and I could have picked one up that morning, and I actually just picked up another Nintendo Switch OLED instead. That's a true story. I'm not even fucking shitting you guys on that, man. So I actually bought another OLED instead, just to kind of safeguard and future-proof. Now, I know Rush Dog always talks about, that battery still degrades even if you're not using it, but I don't know. I like the OLED, and my battery's already starting to deplete because I have used it so much, and over time that does happen. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to pick up another OLED, but I actually walked out with a Switch OLED that was also $20 off at Walmart, which was cool, instead of the Switch 2. So, the Elemental Hero, the Shadow Link Dragon Wolf King. And sorry, chat, I am going to read the whole fucking name every time because that's awesome. Says, nothing much, man. I honestly thought your mic was muted for... Oh, I already read that one. And then that's understandable, especially if you have a big backlog of games. Yeah. So, there's the practical reason, which is that I really don't need the Switch 2. I really don't. Mario Kart World looks good. It legit looks good. Although I do have questions on, is open world really the thing that Mario Kart should be doing? Let me kind of lay it out this way as far as my Mario Kart concerns. So, I look at video games as dishes at a restaurant. So, video games serve appetites. So, when I want amazing world building, I'm going to pop in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. If I want a battle arcade racer, I'm going to put in Mario Kart. If you've now taken away the streamlining of going race to race to race, and now I have to drive to the race in this open world, is that still truly fulfilling the arcade battle racer, or are you now putting shit in the way of the actual appetite I want to get to? Now, I'm not saying that's true. I haven't played Mario Kart World. I'm not even saying that's what it does. There might, for all I know, there's a fucking mode that literally hops you race to race like a Grand Prix, right? And if that's the case, then the worry's for nothing. But I look at a game like Mario Kart World and I'm just like, I don't know what this adds to that fulfillment of that particular appetite. You mean? That's kind of where I'm at with that. Then you look at a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is the next big game that's coming out. And you look at a game like that, and it's like, this game looks fun, and it looks really inspired. But if I'm being honest, it also looks like a complete fucking mess at times. Like, in terms of, like, now Rush Dog made a good point that it's kind of it does stick to that Donkey Kong Country adventure serial, adventure novel format, where it is a journey to the center of the earth. That's very Jules Verne, and that fits with Donkey Kong. But there's just so much going on. Am I going to remember all of these game mechanics? Like, holy shit, there's a lot going on with that game. And it all looks impressive, but fuck, that looks like a very complex game to learn. And I just don't know, with the backlog I have, if I want to add that onto the stack, right? Brooke, what's going on? Hello, Zoo. I have also heard that the Switch 2 has some issues or problems with it. Yeah, every new console is going to have that. So that would not surprise me the least bit. Not the least bit if that was the case. Brooke, what problems have you heard about with it? Because that's kind of the good question there, is like, it's not, so the original, okay, and then, because the original Crash racing games just let you jump to arcade and similar without needing open world. So I bet it's similar. Okay, yeah, as long as it's battery, yeah, see, and that's another concern. Yeah, the battery life. So, most important thing, I use the Switch primarily as a handheld system. Always have, always will. That wouldn't change if I was to buy the Switch 2. The OLED with a Zelda game gets about 4 hours of battery life with, like, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. My understanding is that you can cut that with, like, Cyberpunk and with some of these big monster games, and I've always said this from the beginning. I don't really know what a hybrid system gains by having some of these gigantic games, and I pointed to the Steam Deck when I made this argument. I said, hey, I don't know about this shit. That looks like that would have like an hour of battery life. And some of those games, like Spider-Man 2, the battery life is fucking abysmal, man. And so I kind of figured that was going to be the case. That, like, just because you can, it's kind of that thing that Ian Malcolm said in the Jurassic Park game. Like, you know, you were so busy thinking about what you could do that you didn't stop to think about whether you should do it. Like, is it cool that you can run Spider-Man 2 on a handheld, or Cyberpunk on a handheld? Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, but at what cost, right? Let's see, battery, 90s handheld gamer sub, so yeah, someone who plays it in handheld, I'll admit the Switch 2 battery life is kind of bad. Now, here's the thing, I do expect that to change with upgrades, but keep in mind that the games that are going on the Switch 2 are going to continue to be very graphically intensive, right? And so, I feel like the arms race between battery tech and the games that are being played, I really feel like that's going to be a big factor in all this, right? And I don't know if it gets better for that reason alone. Oh, that's fucking cool. How have I never noticed that before? Holy shit. Is that a guide stone? That's the Sidri Ashok runestone. That's fucking cool as shit. That's got glow maps on it. Who needs a Switch 2 when you have the greatest game ever made, Morrowind? Yeah, there's also that, Austin, right? There's also that. That's what I said. I spend half my time on this half my gaming time is spent on this fucking game right here. And then the other half is spent trying to carve through a 500 game backlog on the OG Switch. So just on a practical reason alone, like, why would I get another system? Why would I add another system into that mix from a practicality standpoint? Then there's the ideological standpoint. Again, unlike y'all's favorite consumer advocate YouTubers who folded like a fucking paper towel on day one and bought the system, even though they decided to tell you, oh, yeah, well, yeah, we don't like the $80 games, and we don't like game key cards. We don't like any of this stuff, but, we can write it off our taxes, and so, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. And we don't care how this impacts you, the consumer, even though we're a consumer advocate channel, and hey, we're looking out for you, right? There's a lot of disgusting shit that was going on YouTube in the lead up to the Wii U. Almost said the Switch 2. That was not a Freudian slip. I don't think the Switch 2 is going to do as bad as the Wii U. I truly don't. Let's see here. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Mario Kart World Open World looked interesting. I think, honestly, you may have to watch full gameplay from that game for an understanding. Yeah. If I ever became interested enough, that's probably what I would do. I do think at some point they'll have a console revision with a better battery life. So for a lot of people, it may just be best to wait for that. Yeah. And by the way, I just want to also point out, guys, it's always best to wait for the revision. Always. The revision will have all the backwards compatibility on the actual hardware. That won't be an update. You'll be able to, it'll have the most recent up-to-date backwards compatibility. The console revision will have better battery life. It'll be more stable. It'll have all of the upgrades that you guys are getting piecemeal. It'll have that immediately, right? So I do think that if you can, it's always best. This is actually the first console I ever bought at launch. Oh, yeah, so the first console, I mean, there's consoles I bought it's very rare that I buy a console at launch, just not only for that reason, but because typically speaking, I need 12 games, right, that I'm willing to play. I need 12 games that I would buy the system for, and 6 games I would buy the system for, and 6 games that I would want once I have the system in hand. That's kind of my thinking behind that, right? I plan to trade it into GameStop when the revision comes. Yeah, that's a smart strategy. Morning, Zoo. What's going? Rush Dog, what's up, buddy? We are talking about the Switch 2 and playing a little bit of Morrowind, as you might expect. I have a problem with discharging. Also, a problem with discharging lift batteries too fast is that you also degrade it faster. Yep, 100%. Just mowing the lawn. Hey, it's a good day for that. My lawn, it looks like they mowed yesterday for me. They came by and mowed. Looks really good right now. Although my hedge trimmer guy has not been here, and we need to get that remedied ASAP. Like, am I going to have to get out there and fucking trim my hedges? Oh, what the end of the world that would be, huh, guys? I have to get my fucking lazy ass outside and do some trimming, right?
What's this about?
What's this about? Well, what's this about? Your boy is a painting thief. Your boy's a deadbeat. He doesn't pay his bills. So we're here to fucking repossess that painting. So we're going to talk about that as soon as I find him. Where is the loser? Let's see. Where you at, deadbeat? That him? Let's see here. The problem of Mario World is basically Nintendo set the precedent first of the $80 games, and we've seen Xbox follow Nintendo on $80 games. Not only that, but they are raising the price on accessories. So here's the thing. Somebody was going to be that guy. Now, the fact that Nintendo was that guy doesn't surprise me at all. I'm not trying to champion Nintendo. But if Nintendo didn't do it, somebody was going to be that guy. The third-party cartel had decided, you know what? It's time for games to go up. And so they're boiling the frog. They did the $70 Tears of the Kingdom. They did $70 other games. And now it's going to $80. And when Grand Theft Auto comes out, my guess is it'll be $90. They're going to sell that to you for $90. And just like that, now it won't be Nintendo's fault. Now it'll be Rockstar's fault. But see how this works? Do you guys see how this fucking works? Now, working on your own yard can be rewarding. I used to outsource lawn care, but I actually enjoy it. So I'm the opposite. I used to do lawn care, and I did like it. But my thing is time, right? But I guess if I have time to sit here and play fucking Morrowind for fucking 2 hours, I got time to do some yard work, to be fair. So, but I did enjoy lawn work. Now I relegate it to gardening, right? Now I just do gardening. And I got a good garden showing up. I'm very, very excited for these hot peppers this year. I've got Fatales, guys. It's an African hot pepper that is just a chef's kiss. And I can't wait to use it in my cuisines. Let's see. Knockout Tour on Mario Kart is the best. I have heard really good things about that. I've heard really, really good things about Mario Kart Knockout. 90s. Hey, 90s, that's false, actually. It's been reported that Xbox already talked about $80 games in their investor meetings before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody would have done it. They are hell-bent on this. They're hell-bent on this because they think gamers are stupid, and they think that they'll pay for anything, and or they think that gamers are whales, and they're targeting whales. I have a theory. Me and V, one of my best friends, have cooked up the theory that they're no longer actually after the mass market anymore. The reason for this is if you look at a breakdown of wealth in the world, the mass market doesn't have any money anymore. It's whales. It's rich people, guys. They have all the money. They have all the fucking money. And so what I may be raging against the wind here because I'm operating, and people have accused me of this even in my own businesses ventures. When I run my business or when I do business analysis, V likes to say that I am operating on a business perspective from 30 fucking years ago, right? Which is that you make a product, you make a mass market product. Are you fucking kidding me again? I just got another bounty added to my head. God damn, they don't like me. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, you make a mass market product, you target a customer, and you put it out towards that customer. That's my mentality. The new mentality is the mass market doesn't have any goddamn money anymore. So we're going to target whales. We're going to target rich people. That's why you see such a massive expansion in luxury goods. That's why you see the prices on video games going up. And if we price people out, that's okay. Those people don't have any money anyway. Now we know the people that are buying our games can afford $80 games, and we can start to do the microtransactions, right? I think that's a big part of it. Let's see. They're all greedy. It's the price you pay for modern gaming. Doesn't have to be. That's up to you, 90s. That's up. That's the thing. People forget that we have the power of the consumer purse. That may be changing, sadly, if what I'm saying is correct, the whole whale capture theory. Because whales don't care about consumer advocacy. Whales don't care about anything except their own personal gratification. So if gaming, as I suspect, is becoming a hobby for rich whales, insiders like journalists and content creators who write all the shit off their taxes anyway, and industry developers to basically subsidize them not having a job outside of video game development, then we might very truly well be screwed. If they can get record revenue from the fucking stupid whales and the tax write-off people. So if their real customer is Uncle Sam and rich people, we might truly be screwed because Uncle Sam and rich people have all the fucking money. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So, let's see. Yes, Knockout Tour is way better than the open world. The open world is just a little something extra. It's cool, but there isn't much to it. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, if they leave the mass market open, something will tap into that eventually, I hope. Well, that's what disruptive innovation theory is about, right? That's where disruptive innovators come in. I'm yapping, I'm not playing. Hey, you're the guy, you're the deadbeat, Theo Pun Ervil. Welcome. I'm sure you've come to see my father, but I'm more than capable of elaborating on any topic that might pique your interest. Yeah, how about that painting you didn't pay for, loser? Repossess a painting. You claim you have the legal right and obligation to repossess it. You have no right to take my property. Blood is thicker than ink, mercenary. I am the son of Lord Velius Ervil, and you are some guild servant. Those upstarts at the conservatory will get the gold they so crave. All I demand is their patience. I have given my word as a noble and as an Ervil, and that is sufficient in these debased times. The painting will stay on the table where it is. Now leave, before I have you thrown out. Okay. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Why do you still plague me, mercenary? Like I promised, the conservatory will get the money. The Arinthian and I will he knows the Arinthian. He knows my boss.
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
My father is a good man, and an even better businessman. He has quite a bit of sway over the political goings-on and such. Unfortunately, not everybody sees that as a good thing. Mass market is free-to-play games, stuff like Fortnite, that can run on anything. Free-to-play games also rely on whales. It's more niche than mass. I could see both those points, honestly. I can see both those points. So let's go talk to your father and tell him what a deadbeat his fucking son is. And if that fails, we're just going to snatch that fucking... We're going to snatch and grab, guys. We're going to snatch and run. But that painting is coming back with me. Furion Octilis does not fail a job. Where's Daddy at? Where's fucking Daddy at? Is that Daddy? You must be Daddy. Yep, Velia Serval. Okay. Yeah, your son's a loser.
Yes.
Fortnite is less scummy than most, as it is not pay to win. Right. Greetings, mercenary. I am Velius Erval, lord of this estate and owner of Olaman Mine. If you've come to complain, you will have to get in line. How you doing today, sir? I like your hat. You got a very nice hat.
I know, I think so too, but it's good of you to say so.
Also, I do like your estate here. It's very
Fine
nice.
sentiments, but I doubt their sincerity.
Oh, come on, dude. Don't be
Say
like that.
straight and sharp.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to brute force this, huh? There you go, fuckface. There we go. Now let's talk. Voice of the Emperor, baby. Theophan's impulsivity does concern me. Perhaps this can be a lesson for him. Very well. You have my permission to take the painting and return it to the conservatory. He is to inherit the estate, so he must learn to manage his affairs. The painting should be on his desk. Yeah, based dad. Based father right there. Like I said, you have my permission to take the painting from Theophan's desk and return it to the conservatory. Thanks, buddy. You're pretty cool. Zoo is a Switch 1 whale. If Nintendo knew what they were doing, they'd assign an account manager to him. Yeah, I got a lot of Switch games, that's for sure. That is for sure. All right, you fucking brat. I'm taking the painting. My father allowed you to take the painting? I cannot believe this. The plan I designed with the Erinthian is now ruined. That old fool. Just get out of my sight. Yeah, you're a thief, too. You had no plans to pay for it. Stupid fucking liar. Anyway, I wonder why my boss is wrapped up in this. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. That's really funny. My Thieves Guild boss was in on something with this guy. Oh, well. Competing interests. I'm not being paid by the Thieves Guild for this. I'm being paid by the Fighters Guild. So, repossess the painting we shall.
In the front lines on the war against crime.
Oh, let's go back. Let's just divine it. Yeah, we'll just divine intervention back there. Boom! Bring it across so we can take the Mages Guild from here. That's how it's fucking done, guys. You gotta be smart. Gotta be smart. That's why I tell you folks, watch that fucking Rick and Morty. Smarten up. We all know Rick and Morty makes you smart. I just gotta find the Mages Guild. There is a Mages Guild here, right? What the fuck? Am I just missing it? Alright, Northwind Traders. Standard issue Smithy. Distillery. Residence. Ah, is it this way? Probably is. Halgern Manor. While I'm here, I should... Where the fuck is the Mages Guild? It's in a tower. It's got a tower added to it. Indeed, that is why Rick and Morty fans are universally respected and revered. Absolutely. Because they're so fucking smart, Rush Dog. The Outlander is in the Outer Lands, just as it should be. What's up, Detail Devil? Yeah, we're just talking and playing a little bit, and right now I cannot find the Mages Guild, probably because I'm too busy yapping, right? There it is. Okay. Yeah, we're yapping a little bit about the Switch 2 situation, and now, one of the things I will say is me and Rush have been talking. So now the question becomes, when do I become a Switch 2 hypocrite, right? When do I join in the Switch 2 hypocrisy? Now, to be fair, I have always laid out my demands for what I need in order to buy that system.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
But the question becomes, when do those demands get met? Like, how long does it take? Now, Rush Dog seems to think sooner than I think. But we were talking about that the other day, so... does the chat want to place a bet on when Uncle Zoo becomes a Switch 2 hypocrite with the rest of them? How long do you guys think it's going to take? There should be a guild guide somewhere here. Oh, it's you. Okay. What's the over-under that Zoo has a Switch 2 this time next year? Now, this time next year, that's a pretty decent bet. We will see. Again, we will see. You know, you and old OJ working on that. The fact that there's no input lag on the shmups. Now I'll give you the pluses. Yeah, there's no input lag on the shmups apparently. That's a hell of a plus to me. I play a lot of shmups on Switch. Though, see, and there's the point, Detail Devil. That's the point that weighs heavily on me. Half of my gaming time is spent on this game right here. So from a practicality standpoint, I really don't need a Switch 2. I do not need one. Brooke Burns says, I say never. Never say never, Brooke. I'm a stubborn old man, but I'm not that stubborn. If Nintendo drops a classical Zelda tomorrow, I will have a Switch 2 tomorrow. If the Zelda is good enough. Never say never. I'm a big proponent of that. That's what got Mudahar and Mug Thief and all these other fucking consumer advocates. It's what got them in the big money, man. Is saying never. Never say never. I've never said I'll never own a Switch 2. Never have I said that. What I say is I have very steep demands to get a Switch 2. But I respect the bet. And it could be. Maybe I don't. Assuming Elden Ring gets a physical, I say you have a Switch 2 by Christmas. So, the thing is, I have Elden Ring on the PC. And it works fine on PC, Rush. But, and it's a huge but, I prefer, when I can, I prefer to play portably. So, Elden Ring would be a big get if it gets a physical game. It would definitely be one of the 12 games. Now, I take back Metroid Prime 4. I told you the other day, Metroid Prime 4. I forgot, Metroid Prime 4 is on Switch 1, so it doesn't count. Has any of our paintings caught your eye, Mercenary? I am here to return a repossessed painting to you, sir. I have the painting. What the fuck? Do I not have the painting? It's right there. Okay. So I guess I have to give it right to the Fighters Guild. All right. Do you have Shadow of the Ear Tree? I do not. The Switch 2 version would be the only physical way to own it, assuming it is physical. Yeah. I do not.
So the Emperor and the Emperor.
So yeah, that would definitely be a get. Fair on Metroid Prime 4, but I still recommend you pick up the Switch 2 version to future-proof yourself. Here's the thing, and so I thought about what you were saying on that, and I went and looked at the box. That box art for Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch 2 is fucking ugly as shit, man. And I have to tell you, that comes into play for me. Like, I get what you're saying makes sense, but oh my God, is that box art hideous. There's so much fucking text on that goddamn box. Have you managed to repossess the painting I told you about? I have. Return the painting to Lesia Kahlo. Then I was just there. Was I not talking to the right guy?
Pleasure.
God
Please,
damn it.
Go ahead.
I have said it before, I will not get a Switch 2 until a new Animal Crossing. Yep, Brooke, you have demands too. Yep, exactly. Animal Crossing, yeah, so Brooke Barnes is waiting for the new Animal Crossing or the new Luigi's Mansion, is what Brooke's waiting for. I'm waiting for a new banger Mario or Zelda game, essentially. I've always said, or Metroid, to be fair, an exclusive 2D Metroid would also be very tempting. I love Dread. I absolutely adore Dread. A good classical Zelda, and if they would actually make a good fucking 2D Mario again for once, or another 3D Mario, I don't know. I kind of feel like, by the way, I kind of feel like we're a far way off from 3D Mario now, because it's obvious to me that the Donkey Kong Bonanza was made by Nintendo EPD1. It's obvious to me. So I guess that's another question. When the fuck are we going to get an actual 3D Mario game? DK is the new Mario game. Well, see, there's the problem. They're going to have to make the DK world as rich as the Mushroom Kingdom is in terms of its... I don't just play Mario for the platforming. I know this seems bizarre to people. I play Mario because I want to visit... I play Morrowind because I want to visit Morrowind. I play Mario because I wish to visit the Mushroom Kingdom and see how that expands game to game. It's no surprise to people, and it should be no secret, that the Mario games I didn't care for didn't expand the Mushroom world in a discernible way. So, for example, the Galaxy games. Everybody graves about the Galaxy games. And they're great platformers, I guess. But it's literally just Bowser's Ninja Warrior competition in space. That's all it is. There is no discernible expansion of Mushroom World. In fact, the whole thing takes you away from Mushroom World. I fucking hated that. I hated that. So I want to see what is new in Mushroom World. Donkey Kong doesn't really have that. So they're basically starting from scratch on that, right? That's kind of the issue they're going to have with getting me onto DK. Not saying they can't do it, but man, if that's the case, they are depriving themselves of one of the ways they get me to buy a Switch 2. That doesn't bode well, unless the game is literally the banger and the revolutionary thing that everybody's talking about. And that could also be. We'll have to see. But that doesn't make it easier for me to buy one. Speaking of which, I will have this painting. The Warp in the West painting I'm going to have, and I'm going to actually see if I can't steal this fucker right now. That is awesome. Okay. Oh my God, yep. Thanks for the painting. Thanks for the fucking painting. God, I love being a thief character. It's so fun. Oh wait, my chat's not upgrade. Let's not refreshing. Here we go. Let's see. DK Rap is pretty rad. DK Rap is peak Donkey Kong. I don't care what anybody says. I did like the DK Rap. Zuby and hype for a 3D Mario. What timeline is this? Yeah, I know. They're expanding the DK world with Pauline and pissing over established lore in the process. That said, I like what they're doing with the DK Pauline duo. So I'm worried, Rush. And it could be a worry for nothing. A lot of my concerns are actually worries for naught. I really don't want Pauline to turn into like a Zelda Clippy situation. You know Clippy? That Microsoft used to have, that annoying little fucking paperclip that pops up to say, hey, it looks like you're trying to... I'm really, really hoping that this is not like the Midna or the Fee character. I'm hoping she does something different than just tell me how to play the game. I hated that so much. I fucking hated that so much. Hey, I got the painting that was repossessed. Here you go. Next time, don't sell your painting to deadbeat losers. I'm relieved you convinced Lord Ervil to give it back. Theophon might hold a grudge, but his father's opinion matters more. Yeah, that's fine. And thanks for the free painting that I stole from you guys. It was really cool. Let's see. While I'm here, I'm going to see if there's anything else I want to steal. Oh, no. Hiccups. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. So that would be my only concern, and if that doesn't end up coming to pass, that'd be awesome. I kind of like this Khajiit painting too, but I can't steal it because they're right here. Tower near Cloud Rest, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
And then this portrait of a Khajiit is really neat. I really like this Khajiit noble photo. That's cool. That was really rude. She sneezed right in my face, man. Then we've got Miss Kieran Mountains landscape. Very cool. Still life. I don't really care about that. I stole the best painting here. Ooh. Saint Laka witnessing Debella is really cool. That's one I would steal. And the creation of music is really cool. I think allowing DK Bonanza to stream to Switch 1 is a brilliant way to sell Switch 1 owners to the game. Are they doing that? Ooh, that's fucking cool. The Mothership. Young woman from Rihad. Colovian Highlands landscape. The Old Pilgrim. Yeah, here's the other one I want. I want St. Laka witnessing Debella. That's really cool. They're allowing that. That is brilliant. Let's see what we got in the basement here. I've already stolen their best painting. Let's see what else we got. Isn't Riyadh just Riyadh in Saudi Arabia? I'm probably inspired by it. Riyadh is one of the major cities in... Okay, locks are too complex. We're going to have to bash. Okay. That's fine. Gonna have to bash. There we go. Like how Alinor is just Valinor. Yeah, there's definitely... A lot of times Elder Scrolls definitely wears the inspiration on their sleeves. But it wouldn't surprise me. It's a desert city for sure. It's also the first city that we're going to get... it's the first city we're going to get out of the new... God damn, this thing's eating my lockpicks, man. It's the first city we're going to get when the Redguard expansion drops. When we actually go there to... when we actually go to the Redguard capital. Package painting. Got some jewels. Got some money. Let's see. Red Mountain, Mount Doom, Red Mountain. I prefer it when they mix it up a little bit. Yeah, me too. But again, the modding community will make it great. They'll make their good great. That's what we always do. I say we like I've ever made a fucking mod. Oh man, this was a lucrative theft here. Time to bash again. Shit. I'm gonna have to fix this glass longsword when we're done. Just came back to the stream. I agree. It's too. I give 2 years before Zoo gets a Switch 2. Okay, so we got that bet coming in. 2 years. Okay. What does everybody else think? When does Uncle Zoo, when does good old Zoo become a Switch hypocrite? Oh, that's a probe, stupid. Equip a lockpick. Let's see here. Jesus. Do you need another whack? Does this fucking door need another fucking whack? And it failed, of course. So there's free conditioning on my weapon. God damn it. Because we're getting in here. There we are. Oh, and this is just a fucking barracks. There ain't nothing even in here. God damn it. That was for nothing then. There better at least be some good wine or some shit. No, it's all pleb shit. Fuck. Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza, Luigi's Mansion 4, Splatoon 4, new Xenoblade, new Fire Emblem, and even 3D Mario, new Zelda, and Zoo's on board. Yeah, if those games come, yeah. Yeah, those are, and it depends on their quality, 90s, because again, you can ask Rush, I am very particular when it comes to what I want out of those specific franchises. But if Nintendo can meet them, I'm absolutely on board, 100%. I'm hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and eat their bread, too. I'm just a scumbag in this game, man. Yeah, yum. Eat their fucking bread. I am very excited for the new whatever Monolith Soft's got cooking up. That one excites me to no fucking end. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, we've robbed the Conservatory of St. Laka. Zoo, I honestly don't know. I think you would keep an eye on Switch 2 news on both sides of the pros and cons. I honestly see more cons than pros because of the prices, game key cards. Yeah, that's the thing. So usually, and that's the thing, the Element Hero, the Shadow Link, Dragon, Wolf King, that's the thing. Usually it would be 6 games. But because of all the anti-consumer shit, I've risen it to 12. It would usually be 6 games, so they've got a lot of work ahead of them to get me on board, and that's exactly for that reason. One of the reasons I don't want a Switch 2 is because it is very anti-consumer. It is, and I don't want to put my money towards that. To be honest with you, I don't. So that's why the bar rose really high with that, specifically for that reason exactly. I think the new Fire Emblem could be huge too. Yeah, it's going to be hard to deny a new Monolith Soft game. They're so good at what they do, man. Pound for pound, Monolith are the most productive developers in the industry. I bet they worked on Donkey Kong. Yeah, Monolith Soft is just their problem solver at this point. They're so good, man. They're so fucking good.
Greetings. It would be a pleasure to train you.
You literally won't train me because I don't have a high enough level. Stop fucking lying, Baldy. Repossess a painting. You took care of that quite adroitly, Protector. Skilled fighters must be strong in body, but never hurts to have a good brain and a quick tongue. Here's your reward as promised, and more orders await. Advancement? Nope, not yet. Okay, what's our next orders then? The painting was back where it belongs, thanks to you. I have a contract involving bandits in the Thessagir Chasm. I think a fighter like you will be quite pleased with it. Yeah, Zoo raised it to 12 when he realized we were close to 6, LOL. No, that's not true. I understand it could appear that way, but believe me when I say, Rush, that is not the case, I assure you. I raised it to 12 specifically because if I wanted to switch to that bad, I would keep it at 6. Because, yeah, we're almost there. It would be 3 games. Well, we wouldn't be because I need 3 games that I can't live without. I've only got 1 so far. I've only got 1 game so far, and that's Mario Kart World that I absolutely want to play. But we'd be a lot closer than we are now. I raised it to 12 because I really don't want to back this system with my money at this time. I just don't. Yeah, I'm just busting your chops as per usual. Yeah, but I would tell you if that was the case. It's like, well, I told everybody I don't want one. It's looking like I want one, so I'm going to raise it to 12. I do expect more big third-party games to put their games on the cartridge for Switch 2. Yeah, especially if the game keycards keep flopping like they seem to be doing. I believe even Sega and Square Enix have future releases coming out all on cartridge. Well, OJ, so Player Essence made a really good point the other day, right? Player Essence said that Donkey Kong Bonanza is a 10.5 gigabyte game. And they had to put that on a 64 gigabyte cart too, man. Honest to God, that's not going to be... OJ said, I don't see... His quote was basically that I don't see Nintendo bankrolling 64 gigabyte carts for those smaller games for very long. He thinks it's a factory issue since it's proprietary. It's all produced in one place. It's expensive right now. He thinks that basically they're trying to get through the first year. And after the first year, we should hopefully see some movement with cheaper cartridges for these piece of shit third parties that will actually take up then. And also for Nintendo, too, because it's costing Nintendo a pretty penny out of their profits to do that. Would be nice if Nintendo could let us use some of the storage space on the DK cart, LOL. Yeah, there's a lot there, man. There's a lot there to be sure. So, okay, we're going to the Thistagir Chasm. Okay. I think I've already been to the Thistagir Chasm. Did I miss something? The Legion does a fine job in keeping the roads safe, but alas, luckier bandits sometimes elude them. There's a gang of such bandits led by a red guard named Naram that got holed up in Thistagir Chasm. You're to kill her and as many other bandits as possible. Also, there are rumors of an Alphin lurking deeper within the chasm. You don't have to kill it, but what self-respecting fighter could pass up the opportunity to try? Thistagir Chasm is nearby, just east of the city walls. Get to it. Yeah, I know where it's at. That's why I never agreed with people saying Nintendo were trying to force digital. If that were the case, they would have their own games on keycards. So, I don't know what to think about that 90s. And the reason I say that is because on one hand, I agree with you. Like they are obviously not pushing digital with their actions. I think that Nintendo, so I think the reason for the game keycards is Nintendo realized that the third-party cartel was not going to use the big cards. They realized that. And especially when you're releasing a new console, it is essential to get retail space. And you can't really get retail space with digital, right? And so in order to get the retail space, I think what happened is the game keycard was kind of the compromise position. Now, what I will lay at responsibility at Nintendo's feet is when you produce something like a game keycard, what you are doing, whether you intend to or not, is you are giving an affirmative nod toward that kind of practice. And I do think game keycards are sadly here to stay, unless they really bomb. I think companies will abuse that any chance they get. But we'll have to see. When the smaller carts come out, keep in mind, we had smaller cart. We had a 4 gigabyte cart, and these motherfuckers still put codes in a box. Gotta remember that, guys. So, I mean, they're not gonna do the right things anyway. I think this was Nintendo trying to get retail space with developers that just don't want to do the right things for their customers. Switch 2 Pro Controller is a big improvement too. Battery life appears to be longer. It has a better weight. I hear this controller is like the best controller since the Wii U controller. I've heard that. They used to get retail space with those little full game download codes, cardboard slip state cell. Yeah, I guess they did have some of those, but it's not the same as having that box sitting in the window, right? Unless you're specifically looking for like the digital stuff, you're not looking at that. No, you want that nice shiny new box with the cellophane wrap around it. You take the cellophane wrap off, there's the new game smell. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The new game smell. Am I just a fucking weirdo? Or am I the only one that, like, understands there's a new game smell once the cellophane wrapper's off? Or is that just me being weird and, like, fucking huffing plastic? Let's see here. So we're going to Thessagir Chasm. First, we gotta get our sword fixed. We bashed the shit out of that glass sword. Yeah, they still use those too, Rush. Yeah. Publishers were thanking Nintendo for game keycards until they saw the sales, LOL. Yeah, fucking assholes. Couldn't have happened to nicer people, I'll tell you. Couldn't have happened to nicer folks. Poor third parties. I love it. I fucking love it. Cheap motherfuckers. That's the other thing I hope Nintendo understands. Like, third parties have never been your fucking friends, and they're never gonna be your fucking friends. It's never gonna happen. So, you guys need to... I said it with the Wii U, and I say it with the Switch too. Don't design your fucking console for third parties, to attract third parties. The way you attract third parties is to drag them by their fucking hair, kicking and screaming into the future. Like the Switch did. That's how you attract third, but it's the only way. Any other way, they're gonna fuck you. God, we're gonna have to pay to get this fixed, man. There's just no way. There ain't no way we're getting all the way. And we're gonna need this sword in peak condition for what we're about to do. God damn it. And it was for nothing, man. It was literally for a fucking dorm. We broke into a dormitory. But you win some, you lose some. We'll get it as far along as we can. That's all we can do before we have to pay the fiddler. Let's see here. Oh, this is not going well. Let's see. Obviously, I am not a weapon repairman. I have a big fail rate with this. Oh, that's not bad. There we go. Almost there. Now we can pay for it. We can pay for the rest. Now we can pay a proper smith. Only 139 from there. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go put our shit up in the treasure hoard, and we'll go on our next quest, right? Zoo, I must regret buying the Rhino keycard. I didn't know Switch 1 version. Well, you don't know what you don't know, right? And I'm sure that they worked very hard to not publicize that. I'm sure that Atlas worked very hard to make sure that that didn't get publicized before it got released. So you don't know what you don't know, but what that should teach you is in the future, don't be so gung-ho. Maybe wait a second and just see what's going on. Because nobody knew that was going to be the case either. That was reporting that happened after it was already out, because Atlas are cunts. And they didn't tell anybody that. So, oh yeah, by the way, your game's going to run at 60 frames per second, your Switch 1 game. Yeah, I'll definitely wait and do my research next time. Yeah, 100%. And again, it's not... You were in the same position as everybody else. The only way we know is people bought the fucking thing. That's the only way we knew. Until people actually bought it and tested it, nobody knew that, because Atlas was disingenuous. And I stand by the fact that that was the problem. Atlas should have told us that. Atlas should have told their customers that so they could make an informed decision. It's not like they're and see, this is what I mean by, you want to know who does want the keycards pushed? It's third parties. That's who wants the keycards pushed. It's not Nintendo. They don't care one way or the other. But the third parties absolutely fucking want that. They absolutely do. And you can tell because why not just... Atlas is getting paid either way. Whether you buy the Switch game or whether you buy the Switch 2 game keycard, they're the same fucking price. and Atlas gets paid either way. So why not inform your customers? The answer is because they didn't want to. Atlas was so good at giving physical goodies in the 3DS era. Such a shame. Could be because Sega owns them now. Could be. I don't know why, but whoever's responsible, yeah, very, very cunty move. Very bad move. All right, so we're keeping our gemstones to take with us to Narcissus, because we're going to arrive like fucking Prince Ali and Aladdin. When we go to Narcissus, guys, we're going to be a fucking parade with an animal menagerie and fucking jewel-encrusted parade floats and garlands of fresh herbs. Make way for Prince Furion, motherfuckers. I love... Oh, no, that didn't work well. I love my Warp in the West painting. Where are we going to put it? Where do we want to put the Warp in the West? Maybe here? I don't. Yeah, we want to... Okay, there we go. Yeah, shit. Come down a little bit. Yeah! The no upgrade path from Sega is also pretty bad. Yeah. Sega is interesting, because Sega is a company I do love. But Sega makes a lot of dumb fucking decisions, man. Came in for the hot takes about a console. Never thought about buying. Stay for the interior design. 100% Moscow Master. What's going on, man? Playing my scumbag character. So this is not a character we're doing any narrative with right now. But I'm setting up for a narrative. Once I finish what he's doing in Abekian Shores, we're going to start his narrative. We're going to start his stream. His story is going to start at the border crossing between Morrowind and Cyrodiil, heading to Narcissus. 100%, man. But we're building quite the fucking treasure hoard here. Building quite the treasure hoard. There's another painting in the Hall of Debella I want to steal too, by the way. But yeah, really like this. I've been saying for many streams I'm going to own this painting at some point. All right, let's go. We got an Alphin to kill. But yeah, basically this stream was all just to explain my reasoning for why I, unlike the other disingenuous YouTubers that all have a Switch 2, why I don't have a Switch 2 yet. And like I said, I could have had one, so if you're new to the show, I could have had a Switch 2 the morning of. I literally went in there, but not to get a Switch 2 because I'm weird. I went in there to get a Switch OLED. Because my Switch OLED's battery's kind of running down. And so I left there. I could have left there with a Switch 2, and I left with an OLED. That's a true story. You don't have to believe it, but it is 100% a true story. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see. Where am I at hunger-wise? I need to sleep before I go do this. I need to eat. I need to sleep. Yeah, we do not want to face an Alphin without all of our fucking ducks in a row. So let's do that first. God damn it. That Mutahar guy is the worst. Yeah, Mutahar is ants in a picnic, man. Like, that guy just, I don't know. Like, he's half ambulance chaser, half fake consumer advocate. I don't know. I get scuzzy vibes, right? But that said, I get scuzzy vibes from a lot of YouTubers. I think YouTube, in general, and by the way, this is going to be very funny. You want to talk about a nuclear tank. Tactical nuke coming at everybody. In general, I think YouTube is kind of a scuzzy thing. Not gonna lie. I think it's a scuzzy thing. It is a bunch of people demanding attention from total strangers and saying, look at me. Like, and I'm not immune from that. I 100% understand, well, wait a second. Well, Zoo, you're a YouTuber. Yes, I am. Normal people don't do this shit. Kind of makes you wonder about me. Or it should. Let's see here. But, so, I talk shit about Muda, but I'm fucking sitting here doing the same shit. There's a definite difference between pre- and post-Sega Atlas when it comes to their physical games, 90s. Just grifting for views. We're in a society that heavily incentivizes attention. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll tell you what my out is, and if I'm being genuine with you guys, nobody in my life, aside from my dad, and it's barely for him, gives a shit about video games. Right? Nobody cares in my circle. In my social circles. Nobody gives a shit about this stuff. And so this is kind of my way of talking to people about my hobby. I guess that's what it is for me. But then I guess the counter to that is, why do I have to make fucking videos about it, right? Why can't I just do that on the internet in like a forum or something? Would be the counter to that, I suppose. You're not doing the same thing, though. You're not grifting for views. Yeah, nobody can accuse me of being a grifter because I'll never monetize this channel. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I have no interest in that whatsoever.
What's your story?
I am the same Zoo. My brother and some friends are into games, but nowhere near as much as me. Yeah, and for me, it's like an obsession, right? So it's not even like hobby is a like. Let's be fucking real. Let's pipe bomb this shit, right? It's not a hobby. It's an obsession. I have 500 fucking physical Switch games, and I fucking talk about video games on the internet. It's a fucking obsession. It's probably not healthy, but it is what it is, and I can't fight against my own nature. I learned a long time ago that if you fight against your own nature, you lose. You can make improvements to your nature, but you can't fight against your own fundamental nature. You just can't. All right, let's go kill us a beast. Normal people don't even buy 100 Switch games. I am abnormal too. Yeah, 100%, man. Like, we're fucking weirdos, and that's fine. That's 100% fine. In fact, I actually think weird people are more fun, to be honest. The other term for that could be interesting, right? Interesting people. And I've always been drawn to interesting people. The Switch attach rate is like 7 or 8 games. Let's see, it's probably the difference is how they evolved. YouTubers who wanted them views min-maxed the algorithm by sheer trial and error and got them views. Yeah. Same here in real life. I hardly know anyone who even plays games I like. If I do know anyone who games, it's usually just Call of Duty and Fortnite. Yeah, 2 games I have like 0 interest in. Although, hey, there is an exception to that. Hey, Nintendo. When the fuck are we getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare on Switch 1, you bastards? Nintendo, Activision. Where's my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1? The one for 360, the one I literally sat and watched my dad finish. Like, that was a game that was a modern game my dad actually finished, start to finish. On like the 360 PS3. He loved that game. They need to put that on the Switch 1. I was so excited when that Activision deal got announced and it was a fucking nothing burger. They're just going to port all their fucking shitty 200 gigabyte modern Warfare games. That's all they're going to do, man. And it's such a fucking missed opportunity, if I do say so myself. Give us Big Red 1. Give us Call of Duty 2. Give us Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Give us Black Ops 1. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Activision? Careful what you wish for, Zoo. Microsoft doesn't make physical games anymore. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That is, yeah, okay. Yep, that is true. They don't. They'll just mock me with a fucking code in a box, won't they? Yeah, I cleared this cave, so what the fuck am I doing back here? I guess just to kill the Alphen, right? I guess that's what we're doing here. We're just killing the Alphen. Because I've cleared damn near this entire cave now. It's done. It's over. Don't forget the Transformers games. Yeah. Yeah, those two. Yeah. Yeah. No! No!
Hello there. A pleasure to meet you.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my fucking dear God.
How can I help you?
Ah! Oh no! Motherfucker. They'll give you a nice game key card at least. God, that sucks. I was there. I was to my quest. And I fucking warped out by accident. Oh, this game. This fucking game. I fucking hate this game. And I fucking love this game.
Do you wish to speak with me?
No. I don't want to talk to shit right now. Motherfucker. Fuck.
Time to talk? I have a few minutes.
That was stupid. Morrowind pro tip, guys. You have to get recall out of your fucking spellcast. You have to get it out of your spellcast. This is kind of why I really need to go back and code patch this again to make me take my hands out for spells. This character is not a spellcaster. It does nothing but get this character in trouble to be able to quick cast. It does nothing but get this character in trouble. I understand now, Bethesda. I understand the wisdoms of having to take your hands out before you cast. I understand now. God damn. Well, there's 5 minutes of my life completely fucking wasted right there. And I'm old, guys. I'm not getting younger. Oh, that sucks. God damn. That sucks. All right, here we are. We're back. Just gonna kind of wait here for a second. Gonna let that stamina boost up. If you're worried about wasting precious minutes of your life, don't forget that the Switch 2 loads Switch games a lot. I see what you did there, Trolley Chat. Yeah, don't forget the Switch 2 loads Switch 1 games a lot faster. That is true. That is true. We're just gonna let stamina boost up because we got a boss fight here, and then we will we'll probably end it here. I gotta get some actual shit done around the house before the girlfriend fucking screams at me. But we're at least gonna kill this Alphen for you guys. Okay, there she is. Now she's got, I believe she's got a glass war axe, so she's pretty formidable. So we're going to try to sneak up on her. Get that kill shot. I just slept. How the fuck am I still tired? Oh, okay. Well, it's go time. Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, she hurts, and she can block. There you go, bitch. Now give me that fucking glass war axe. Give it here. Fuck yeah! Ring of Apsides. Damage health 5 to 12 on touch. That's not bad, actually. We keeping that. That's not bad at all. And the Strident Runner Egg. Then she doesn't have shit else I care about. So, but that glass war axe is going to be a nice trophy. That is collection worthy. We're going to add that to the treasure hoard. Let's see what else this dummy's got. Hopefully some scrolls or something that can help with the Alphen. Moon sugar. Don't mind if I do. Pearls. Yes. Gold. Yes. Don't care about the rest. Take your gold sack. We're thirsty, so is there anything to drink? Got some Negoro wine. We'll go ahead and eat some Clovian cheese. All right, my men have been getting paranoid of the sounds coming from the chasm below us. Every day one of them complains about growling. I've told them to quit their moaning before I throw them in the pit myself. They're quick to slit a merchant's throat, but a little wind blowing through our cave can turn them into a bunch of spooked tantha. The crew have been muttering about something in the down deep. I guess they heard some local tall tale. Maybe there used to be some such creature living down there, but I'm sure it's dead by now. I had to open a barrel of my finest Westweald wine to cheer the crew up. It would have been cheaper just to cut those storytellers' tongues out. I finally gave in to their nagging. Fenglim is our dungeon expert, so I sent her down to investigate. When she returns, we can put all of this to rest. Alrighty, well, apparently there is something down there. We're gonna go kill it. We already got a glass war axe out of the deal. Plenty of new shinies. Ooh, that's a good haul there too, man. Damn. We eating good right now. All right. Guess we'll just head down a little bit deeper here. And just, well, looks like we've got more boxes to go through. Damn. This was a good one. You guys were all drugged up, man. What's a scroll healing? 10 points for 5 seconds. We'll do a scroll of healing. Nah, we'll use a restore health. Fuck it. Alright, we'll go kill this Alphen, and then we'll probably end things here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this looks kind of scary as shit, not gonna lie. In the deeps. We probably should save, huh? Well, that's water again, so it's not that way. Okay. Okay, wish me luck, guys. This is probably not a fight I really should be engaging in, but we're gonna try. Oh, let's back up. What the fuck? Oh, Boomer Zoo. He is not good with directions, huh, Boomer Zoo? You got this. Yeah, we're about to find out. Oh, there it is. Fuck! Sees me immediately and did nothing to it. Alright. Hit it with the discombobulate. Assassinate. And close in, baby. Oh, it hits hard! Oh my god, it hits hard! Yeah! Yeah! Fucking A! Give me that fucking claw, Alphen claw, you bet, man. Alright. Thing hits like a fucking truck, though, man. Alright, do I have a rising force? Because there's something up here, too, that's like the nest. End on a win. Hell yes. So there's something. So when we come back, yeah, there's definitely something up there. Okay. I know how you Tamriel rebuilt and Project Tamriel guys design dungeons. I've been here before, you sneaky snakes. You're not fooling me. The fuck? Okay. Ooh, Fiend Katana? That's a good one. damn. This boy ate. This boy ate good. All right, let's just make sure we're not missing anything fancy here. Sometimes the water hides nice treasures. It's always worth taking a peek, right? Not shit there. And get out of here. Holy shit! That's a Daedric weapon. Oh my god! Fuck yes! Well, god damn. I am very glad we came down here. Amulet of Slow Falling, that's fantastic. Just for treasure hunting purposes. Well, god damn. End on a win indeed, man. That's a big win. It don't get no bigger than a Daedric weapon. Too bad I'm not a spear user, but it's going in the fucking vault for sure. Let's look at that bad boy. Let's equip that baby. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Boys, we made it. We got a Daedric. We made it. We made it, fellas. We packing Daedric now. Let's get back to town, turn this in, and gloat. And tell stories to the other fighters. This is why you always carry water breathing stuff too. Another Morrowind pro tip. Always have some way to water breathe. Oftentimes, really, really good shit is hidden deep in water. Let's get the fuck out of here. See, that time I used it the right way. That time I meant to use it. We'll finish this quest up. And we will end the live session. But this gives you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what this character is going to be up to. He's going to be a Fighters Guild, Thieves Guild character primarily. He'll also probably do some East Empire Company. He won't do Legion, but he's basically going to be House Lalu, East Empire Company. He's that kind of guy. He's basically a money-making, scheming scumbag guy. That's going to be his main character trait. He is a miser, man. He's like a dragon. He wants to sit on top of a fucking treasure hoard. He wants to make his fortune. He wants to grasp fortune, if you will. And you'll be seeing him. It's going to be a little while before you guys start to see him on stream.
It's you.
But as soon as I finish up with his stuff in Anvil, the Thieves Guild and Fighters Guild stuff here, I'm not going to do the Kingdom of Anvil. I'll come back and do that later on stream. So we'll be coming back to this. But what I'm doing is I'm basically playing his prologue story and making his prologue story. That way we have a richer background narrative when we start the actual play session. So I'll already have a backstory because I will have played the fucking backstory, right? But I'm going to have really fun with this one. This character, and then we're going to do some more of the orc. I think tomorrow we're going to play my orc character some more.
Go ahead.
And then tonight, of course, you guys have voted and we want to watch me play Slay the Princess. So we're going to play that tonight around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be playing Slay the Princess. But yeah, this was kind of a multi-purpose stream. I was going to play Morrowind anyway, and it's like, fuck it. I've been thinking a lot about this. I've been working on a video off and on. And I'm like, why would I do a fucking video? I'll just live stream and we'll just talk some Switch 2. Be easier. Those bandits in Thessagir Chasm await you, your blade, Furion. Blade is bloody right now, buddy. Marvelous work, Furion Octilius. I knew you had the right stuff from the moment I saw you. Not only did you bring justice to those wretched bandits, you also found that monstrous Alphen and felled it in single combat. I must say, you've certainly made Anvil a safer place. I'm proud to give you this claymore, along with 1,000 gold for the contract. Let me know when you're ready for more orders. Am I finally able to be trained? Yeah, I'm a defender now. And still not. God damn, dude. You were strict. My next set of orders, that we'll do that later.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Let's see what he gave me here. Claymore of Shattered Gravity. It's a silver claymore. But it does absorb fatigue 10 points for 10 seconds and burden. That's pretty good. I think I'll put that in the treasure hoard too. Because why not? Switch 2 is an affront to the heavy metal gods of gaming. Nintendo shall feel the wrath of Zardoz. The gun is good. Oh my god, you know Zardoz. That's fucking amazing. Yeah, the gun is good. The penis is evil. Zardoz. Yes, I know that fucking movie. Oh my god. You had to come in here with that right as I'm going. And now I'm going to have to watch Zardoz again. God damn. I had a feeling you would. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch Zardoz again now. That's your homework for tonight, chat. Go watch Zardoz. It's an old Carlton Heston joint. It is one of the craziest fucking things you will ever watch in your goddamn life. Zardoz says, stream it in Discord. We will stream Zardoz. Yeah, we will do that. We watched Phantasm, and Phantasm was excellent, wasn't it? Yeah, we will have to do a live stream of Zardoz. Zardoz is such a wacky fucking movie that, yeah, we're gonna have to. Yep, the gun is good. The gun is good. The penis is evil. Now go forth and kill. Zardoz says. Yeah, that's, it is a nutty movie. It is a fucking crazy-ass movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, that's a movie. That's a deep cut right there, man. Yeah, the wardrobes are hilarious. Yeah, it's the most bonded shit you've ever seen in your life. Like if you thought The Road Warrior was like a bondage movie, you gotta watch Zardoz, man. Holy shit. God, I need to watch that movie now. It's fucking amazing. Alrighty. Well, we'll end it right here. This is a good place to end it. On fucking Zardoz. Engraved, what would we do without you, homie? Alright, take care, everybody.